Welcome to Hill Country in New York City. We're a 10,000 square foot restaurant and music venue located on 26th Street between 6th and Broadway. We feature live music 5 nights a week here, and we have some award-winning barbecue we serve at the market upstairs. Downstairs we have the Boot Bar. In the Boot Bar we feature music 5 nights a week from national touring artists to local artists, some of the best regional artists in the country.
Well, welcome back to the Tap Music, guys. I'm Anthony J here with the Tap Music, and I'm here at Hill Country BBQ in New York City, and we're chatting with Lincoln Schofield.
Yes, sir.
Right? Is that how you pronounce your name? The director of Hill Country BBQ, is that correct?
The director of Hill Country
Live. Hill Country Live, yes. And it's a pleasure to sit down with you here at the Tap Music, and we're going to ask some questions about what's going on here. So tell us a little bit about Hill Country BBQ. Where was it founded?
Hill Country was founded by Mark Glosserman, and Hill Country is a dichotomy. It's the food of Central Texas, and it's the music of Austin, Texas. So we base the food here around the old smokehouses of Lockhart, and we base the music here around all the clubs and music venues you'll find on 6th Street in Austin.
Oh wow! Because Austin, Texas has a really huge music scene down there.
Oh yeah.
And we'll get to it in just a minute. But one of your mottos is called "Music to Your Mouth." Is that the motto for Hill Country BBQ? Because it's kind of mixing the live performances with the real Texas feel of Texas barbecue and all that stuff.
Right. Music to your mouth is one of our brand slogans, and it encapsulates what we do here. Savory food, savory barbecue, and outstanding music.
How many nights per week do they have live performances at?
We have live music at least 5 nights a week, and sometimes we have a show on a Monday night if we have a great national act. And
Wow. Now the bands that perform, they all come from Austin, the Austin scene, or are they from other parts also? Or?
Many of them come from Austin. We take our cues for the programming we have here at Hill Country from the audience acceptance for live music in Texas. One of our goals is to take the music of Texas and bring it beyond its borders.
Right. Now, what was the selection for New York City for the restaurant? How did they choose New York versus any place else? Right.
Well, New York City, I think, isn't the most obvious choice for this type of music. But this is America too. You know what I mean? And the fact is that most people came through New York City before they went to Texas and Bakersfield and Nashville and Memphis. So there actually is, this is the melting pot of the world right here, and there's a huge contingency of folks from all walks of life, and certainly folks who are fans of American blues music.
So the bands that perform, now their genre, is it country and rock, or is there a specific genre, or is it just everything that comes out of Austin kind of meets here?
Well, we celebrate and we host American roots music.
That's those roots rock, like
exactly. So yes, you're right. It's especially now in today's world. There's so many fragmented subgenres of music, but pretty straightforward. We're all music that was founded and created in this country. So we're rock and roll, we're rockabilly, we're blues, we're country, we're folk, we're bluegrass, then we're alt country. It goes off from there. We aren't just country. I know Hill Country is in the name, so some folks think we're just country, but we're not just country.
So it's everything that comes out of Austin, that whole scene. Is it the largest music live scene in the country, or one of the largest? Definitely.
It's certainly one of the largest, and Austin has the highest density of live music venues in a specific area than any other place in the country.
Yeah. So for people who aren't as familiar with
Right.
it, I've heard lots of things about it from friends and so on, but I haven't been there myself. But
Right.
so now you get a little bit of a taste of it here at the Hill Country. So now a couple weekends ago we had a band called Uncle Lucius.
Yes, sir.
We came to watch them and they were amazing. Do you know much about them? Have you worked with them at all? This is the first time here.
This was Uncle Lucius's first time at Hill Country, and it really was a pleasure to have them here. I saw Uncle Lucius this past South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, and I'd heard their music before, but this is a band that's not just great on a record, but they're great performers. So to see them perform live was really a treat, and they fit right in here. One of the best things about my job is that I can work with these rising bands, and I can bring them into a new market, and help introduce them to this audience, and not just in New York City, but they played Friday night here and had a great show, and then they went down to our Washington D.C. location on the Saturday night, and they had an extraordinary show down there.
Now you just opened the location of Washington D.C., right?
Yes, sir.
The same weekend, wasn't it?
We opened in Washington D.C. about 2 months ago. It was in the second week of March of 2011, and it's just gone off to a running start.
Now you're also launching something new at the D.C. location as well, with another major Austin band. When you started there, they were doing something with someone from Johnny Cash or something.
Oh yes, yeah. So it's called Hill Country Live. This is not just for DC, this is for both of our venues.
Right.
Hill Country Live is our music production company that is producing all of the shows in our Hill Country, New York and Washington DC venues. We produced our first South by Southwest showcase in Austin, Texas this past March. And the headliner of the show was the band Hay Bale. Hay Bale is a legendary band from Austin. Hay Bale played the opening night of Hill Country, New York, and they've played every anniversary since. So now that we're launching Hill Country Live and we're sort of upping the ante for our music program, we thought what better way to do that on the anniversary of Hill Country, New York, the 4th anniversary. Hay Bale really is an extraordinary band. They feature the Grammy-winning guitarist who was Merle Haggard's guitar player for 9 years.
Oh wow!
A guy named Red Volkart. Any guitar player out there who has had any interest in country, rock, roots, jazz music knows Red, and probably has learned a couple turnarounds from his YouTube videos. And then on the other side of the stage with Hay Bale is Earl Poole Ball. And Earl is not just a great guy, but he's an outstanding piano player and a great singer. He was Johnny Cash's piano player for the last 25 years of his career, and the guy plays with more life and energy than most 30-year-olds I see playing on the stage. When
you come into the restaurant, it's like you come inside and you order the chicken or whatever it is, and you have a whole bunch of sides to order with it.
Right. Well, the whole system at Hill Country is a little bit different. It's kind of an experience in and of itself. It's done on a meal ticket system. Basically, it's both your menu and your bill. Everything you eat gets put onto the meal ticket, and then upon leaving, you give it to the cashier. So you wait in line, which is always a short wait, and they take care of you at the meat counter, and all the meat is sliced to order, and it's done per pound. So they chop it in front of you, take it out of the smoker, cut it in front of you, throw it on a scale, put a sticker on your meal ticket, and you go on to your side station. And besides our great meats, our pork ribs, our brisket, our chicken, we have some fantastic sides as well,
including the sweet potato.
Yeah, the sweet potato bourbon mash. We have
really great.
We have our hugely popular macaroni and cheese. You can get cornbread, green bean casserole. There's a huge selection of fantastic sides. Like corn pudding, which is one of my favorites. So the food, besides the music being great here, the food really is an attraction all home himself.
Now, what time does the restaurant open? Opens at noon, doesn't it?
Yeah, we open for noon. We open at noon for lunch every day, 7 days a week. And in the summertime, we got a great outside patio in New York. And we serve dinner. We serve late. We serve Sunday through Wednesday night. We serve till 10 p.m. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we serve till 11 p.m. But we also have a late night menu. So you can still get food up until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And on top of that, one of my favorite things is we have a late night happy hour. So you can get, you know, I don't know, 2-for-1 PBRs and, you know, cheap well shots, and it's you know, that's I mean, look, between great food, great music, and being able to go out on a Friday or Saturday night for no cover and have a happy hour, yeah, I mean, how would you go anywhere else?
I wouldn't. So also, if you walk around the place, it's kind of cool. There's a lot of memorabilia and really kind of. Cause I'm not from down south, so you know, it's kind of like an introduction for me. Like, you have some pictures here, like that one over there. Right. Picture of a cattle sign of some kind.
Right. There's. I mean, walking around here, it's a little bit of a museum as well. The founder, Mark Glosserman, his grandfather was the mayor of Lockhart, Texas. Right. So if you know, as you walk up the steps there, you'll see letters to Mayor Glosserman from, for instance, Lyndon Johnson and you know, other big names in American history. And you know, I mean, if you look at, you know, you take a look around, and there's the Pearl beer sign, and that's, you know, Pearl beer was a huge beer in Texas that eventually Pabst Blue Ribbon would buy. And we have, you know, Texas monthlies with, you know, American icons like Lyle Lovett and Farrah Fawcett on it, and you know, you just kind of go around here and you see the belt buckles, you see the boots, and you know, you see these stone walls that it looks like a 200-year-old place in the wood paneling. And I think that's really the charm of Hill Country, and you know, the community tables. That's really what, you know, captures people's spirits.
Right. Yeah, that's different as well. Yeah.
And it helps people from Texas, especially transplants in a big city metropolis like New York City or DC. It makes them feel at home.
Yeah, exactly. So, what do you think it is about Hill Country that people like the most, or would like the most if they haven't visited yet or come to West?
Right. Well, I think it's both the food and the music. That we have an extraordinary calendar of music here, and the food, if you've never tried it, is out of this world. You know, you can't go wrong with a great meal and an awesome band.
Yeah, the bands they perform here at least 5 nights, right?
Yes, sir. Tuesday through Saturday night. And for instance, in DC, we just started a gospel lunch, which goes on every Sunday afternoon. You know, and whenever we get a great artist that, you know, can only play on a Monday night, we'll open our doors to that show as well.
Wow, that's really awesome. So here at the Tap Music, a lot of the Tap Music artists come here, like Uncle Lucius was here, and others I'm sure to come down as well. So we'll be finding more about the Austin music scene, because I want to find out more about it as well.
Check it out.
All right, well, thank you very much, Lincoln, for joining us here at the Tap Music. We're at the Hill Country BBQ, and you can come by here for some amazing food and live performances. So check us out.
Check it out.